It's a great pleasure to have you all here. I'm Rod Oram, and it's my great privilege and pleasure to be facilitating our conversation this evening about Tamaki Makaurau. Just on a personal note, Auckland is actually the smallest city I've ever lived in, although the rate it keeps growing, that will not necessarily be the case. I've now lived here for a third of my life, and it's the place I just have always felt most at home. From the physical location, the harbours, the ranges, the city itself, our built environment, which keeps getting better, and of course above all the people. So it's wonderful to have you here this evening for this Auckland conversation, to give us an opportunity to inspire and stimulate each other, and thinking about the challenges ahead for Tamaki Makaurau, and particularly to have a panel of very expert and passionate people here to help us discuss Auckland's climate plan and what it means for the city's future, and crucially what it means in terms of us and our ability to give it life through our own actions. So thank you very much for joining us here this evening. It's wonderful to have you here. But a special thank you to everybody online as well. It's obviously a very good feature of Auckland Conversations that we're able to have these hybrid meetings of people in person and very, very engaged people online. And I'll come back to Slido and how you'll be able to get those questions to us in due course. First of all, a very few simple housekeeping things. In the unlikely event of an emergency, please stay calm and follow the instructions of the staff here in the Aotea Centre, and we will leave by the nearest usable exit, which is only that way. You'll notice the doors that say exit over there have big signs on them saying no access. So I think that also means no excess or exit. So that's the way out. Bathrooms are just outside this door and down the stairs on that left-hand side. And finally, please could you turn all your mobiles off to silent, but leave them on, because I'll be explaining in a mo about Slido and how you'll be able to get questions to us. I'd also very much like to thank the partners for this evening. So the Auckland partner is South Base Construction, and the design partner is Racine, and all our programme supporters. The format for this evening is very straightforward. We got an introduction on Auckland's climate plan by Auckland Council's Chief Sustainability Officer, Alec Tang, followed by a panel discussion. And I'll welcome up the panelists and introduce them to you in due course. And whether you are in the room or online, please do send us lots of questions, and also vote up the questions so we can see which are the ones that are really front of people's minds. So if you go to slido.com, and then the first thing you see there is the event code, which is hashtag, and then just type in capital A, capital C, capital P. It's all there on the screen, and then you'll be able to log on very easily. But also, please do feel free here in the room to raise your hand and ask a question when we get to that stage, because we will have staff with microphones, but please do wait for a microphone to come to you or be brought to you. These aren't self-walking microphones. So we can make sure that everybody online also hears the question as well. And please do make your question short, not longish as a statement. And you're very welcome to tweet, please, during or even after the event. And the hashtag for that is hashtag Auckland Conversations, AKL Conversations, all one word. And we always try to ensure the Auckland Conversation events are inclusive and accessible. And on-demand viewing of the event and a full transcript and captioning of the event and presentations will be available on the Auckland Conversations website in the next few days. Just a tiny bit of context about the Auckland Climate Plan before I introduce Alex. This is significantly bold in terms of halving the Auckland region's emissions by 2030 and reaching net zero by 2050. So that's going to require very big change from us. Back in 2019, last year, Auckland Council consulted with Aucklanders on a framework that would help us in the city prepare for a climate-safe future. And then in July of this year, following reviews and integration of a wide range of insights and inputs, the framework was unanimously adopted by the Council, and then in early December, a fully digitised version of the plan is going to be launched. There is also very good resources online, like as about a 25-page summary of it. So I do offer that to you. So this evening is very much about how we can get ourselves and others involved on this urgent task of bringing about pretty radical and beneficial change fast. So it is about what we do as individuals, how we work in community with others, and how businesses and council organisations and the rest all play their parts. Because this is a plan for all of us, whilst it designates some particular tasks for the council. We know that the council can't do all this on its own. It's actually up to us. And so that's that sense of owning this and working with this plan is what we're here to discuss tonight, so that collectively and individually we can massively ramp up the effort and therefore help the council both in its overall plans and its long-term plans to be able to deliver on these very big goals over the coming years. So to talk to you more about the plan itself, it's my great pleasure to welcome Alec up to talk to you. As Chief Sustainability Officer, he leads a team focused on creating that more sustainable, resilient and equitable Auckland that we're after. And most recently, the office has been focused on the development of this climate plan to set us on that road. So a very warm welcome for Alex, please. Thank you.